Hey guys, well, I can just barely get it in my screen here, but this is the first time that the Nosen 310 has been on its own legs, completely assembled, and pretty much ready to go. As I was saying in the last video, it this project kind of got put on hold for a minute because ran out of money to finish that nacelle over there. But now that everything is installed, everything is programmed, now we just got to wait for some nice weather so I can get the engines running. But just figured I'd do a video real quick of the plane all put together with, you know, wearing all of its makeup, everything except the cowls. You can see in that back corner, one cowl is finished, the other one I just cut last night, so I got to get that painted. And I still have to decide on what props I'm going to use. I think I'm going to use 3 blades just because of the... Actually, you know what? Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. Bear with me. Hold on. Hold on. Sometimes I have a random thought that just kind of occurs. I'm going to put you down for a second. Hold on. Sorry about that. Awfully rude of me. Just wanted to see something real quick. These engines are going to run 18-inch props, or 17-inch, depending on the cut that I get. So with 2-blade props, I'll still have plenty of clearance. Yeah. So I might still go with a 2-blade prop. I don't know. That is awfully low. So that's an 1810, which I'm not going to use an 1810. That's a 30cc prop. I'll probably use like a 17.8 or something along those lines. I got to look at the manufacturer recommendations again for those engines. But it's nice having on its legs now. I can actually, you know, hold a couple props up there and figure out what I can get away with. I think 3-blade props will definitely look better, but we'll see. We'll see what I find. So there it is. I know a lot of people have been anxiously waiting to see it all put together, including myself. I was contemplating on selling this plane before even flying it. I had a buyer interested. He backed out, and I'm kind of glad he did. I don't know if I want to sell it now. I don't know. Now that it's complete, you know, pretty much ready to fly, kind of want to see how it flies. But, you know, as I've said before, my interest in flying is kind of going through an interesting, I don't know if it's a transition or what, I don't know. Maybe I'm going through menopause. Hell, who knows these days. But seeing it all complete down here in the shop and having everything programmed, kind of getting me excited, wanting to fly it. So yeah, that's where we're at. So now I need to probably take the cowls into my shop at work, get those painted up, or the other cowl I should say. Then I got some tidying up to do inside the fuselage. Might be kind of hard to see, but yeah, it's kind of a rat's nest in there. I'm not going to put a floor in there. You can see a post right there. There's one on this side as well. And there's just a, you know, a beam that goes across. I can put a little pilot bust up there, which I'm pretty sure I still got that guy. Yeah, there he is. So this guy was in there. See, he's got his official AMA hat on. I mean, that's pretty cool, you know. And it's got an instrument panel, you know, totally technical. Look at that. Packing tape and printed paper. Oh yeah. And that can go right back on the dash. So I'll probably put those in just to have a little something. But still, before I get back to the Hostetler, I need to finish my Goldberg Chipmunk. I had it down last night just to shrink up the covering a little bit. I mean, in my basement, it maintains a pretty steady temperature of between 65 and 70 degrees year-round, but the humidity down here changes drastically. I don't want to run a humidifier because I don't like having all that moisture in the air. I run a dehumidifier in the summertime, but man, my covering wrinkles up like nothing else. It doesn't matter how good a covering job it is. Several planes, my Trainer 60 for one, that one wrinkles like a son of a gun. And it took me several hours to get that all tidied up a couple days ago. So I don't know what that's all about. But still, I would rather iron and heat gun the wrinkles out of Monocoat than have to, you know, sand down and repaint and clear and all that stuff for, you know, a painted jobby like this. I mean, to tighten up Monocoat, that ain't nothing. And if any interest, I've been asked once to do a video on maintaining Monocoat or other covering materials. Just little tips, little secrets. There's plenty of those videos on the internet right now, so I don't really see the need. But if anybody wants me to, let me know in the comments and I'll do a specific video just on different techniques for taking out wrinkles, how to keep certain areas from peeling up. You know, little tips, little secrets here and there. So you can see I tightened up the covering on that and it looks just as pretty as brand new. Well, it is brand new, that's never flown. Anyways, back on topic here. I don't know how much it weighs, but it's heavy to pick it up. All the components individual are pretty light, but once the whole plane's put together, damn, that thing has some weight to it. But that's a big airplane. You can't expect that to be, you know, like picking up a feather. So I'll probably do one more video on this before it goes out and runs. Once I get the other cowl painted and put on, I'll get the props and spinners on there. Then I'll do another video of it completely ready to go. And then following that will be running the engines. And as long as I decide to keep the airplane, I'll do a maiden flight video and go from there. Should be a good flying airplane. As usual, I'm not going to balance it. It feels pretty good in my hands. Should be a good flying airplane. And I know, but I don't want to hear it. I don't balance my airplanes. I've been that way forever. It's never let me down before. I got enough experience. If it is extremely tail heavy, I know I can handle it no problem. But this plane, when I got it, it had been flown before, and I took quite a bit of lead that was jammed up in the nose here by the nose wheel. But it had smaller, lighter engines that sat closer to the firewall than these. So these engines are a little bit heavier and they're stepped out a little bit further. So all the weight that I took out of the nose, I'm sure having those engines on there is going to recuperate some of that weight. The only way I would definitely add weight to it from the get-go is when I push down the tail, if it didn't fall right back on the nose. If the tail dropped, then I would know that it's going to be way more tail heavy than I care for. But I like tail heavy airplanes. I like the way they fly. They're a little more agile. You know, you can really drop the tail down on landings and takeoffs. I mean, I prefer the way a tail heavy airplane flies. I know, I'm crazy, but what are you going to do? Alrighty. See you later. Oh, before I go, I hope you guys have been enjoying the Ring It Out videos I've been putting on. As soon as this video's done uploading, I'm going to put up Volume 3. And I got one more video called Smoke On. These are awesome videos from the 90s. Just figured everybody would enjoy those. Alright, later.